Hi peeps. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start you off with how you would begin thinking about creating a personal logo. So the first thing I always do when I'm trying to come up with a concept or imagery is I always start just with a written list, okay? So I might think about things in myself that I want to express. Okay, so I'm kind of open-minded. I like art. Um, I like being home. Okay. I like to read. Okay. So that's enough about me. So let's talk about logos in general and how we perceive them. We don't know this, but colors, well, some people know this, but colors, shapes, thick lines, all those things have associations for us that we're not even aware of. People who create logos for a living know all this stuff. They know that certain colors you associate or they remind you of something specific. If you see light pink, you might think, oh, a girl baby, or baby blue, you'd think a boy baby. I mean, in the old days, that's how things were. Or if you see red, you might think warning, or yellow or green. Yellow and green we associate with pause and go. So colors associate. Boom, boom, boom. That's why so many logos are red, okay? Because it's eye catching. If you look at logos that are for older people, usually they're pastelly, okay? And for younger people, there's a lot more color because visually, younger people have a lot more ability to um, absorb visual imagery because you guys just are used to things coming at you faster than someone of my generation. Okie dokie. So let's first talk about shapes. So here's our triangle, here's a circle, and here's a square. Okay, so not much of a square. Let's see if I can make this square a little better here. Okay, so here's the thing. So we look at those and we don't see anything but this. But really, these all have meaning in many cultures. Okay, so a triangle is a triad or three, and so you see this a lot when you're talking about anything that's three. Okay, it's also so it's kind of a symbol of anything that's three, and it if you hold on. Okay. If you turn it upside down, it's traditionally in art, it's traditionally the symbol for female. Also, unfortunately, the Nazis used this upside down symbol to designate gay people, and when they put them in the concentration camps. So symbols matter, shapes matter. So we have associations for shapes. If you see this shape, and if you saw this um, like this, that would be something you would see in a concentration camp. It was pink. Okay. So now we go to the circle. Circles usually designate unity, the world, all kinds of family and all kinds of stuff. So usually circles are a symbol for unity. And then we have the square, our good old square. Squares usually make people think of boxes, closed in. Back in my day, you just didn't want to be a square because if you were a square, you weren't groovy. Okay, so don't be a square, or be there and be square, as Mork used to say. I will let you know what that means later. So as you can see, the shape that you're going to decide to put your logo in is important. Okay, it's not just nothing. So once I have my list, I might want to think about a shape that kind of goes with that list. Okay, now what I want to do is beforehand, sorry, I'm still talking, is talk to you a little bit about associations. So we associate images all the time, and we're not even sure of it. We don't even know about this. So for instance, if I was going to draw something like this back in the day, and then you saw this next to it, you would know this would be the woman's bathroom and that would be the man's bathroom. Okay. Well, let me give her a little boob job there. Okay. Sorry, woman. Okay. Woman, man. And we associate symbols. This is a traditional symbol for a man, traditional symbol for a woman. All right. So we think in symbols. This is a symbol because it symbolizes a sound. So all alphabet is symbol. Okay. So you want to be able to express as much as you can and as little as possible. But what I really want you to think about is what images associate with your list. Okay. When you think about reading, do you put an image of a book? When you think about home, I always think of like a fireplace. Fireplaces are very cozy. Okay. Art, well, a super easy symbol for that would be a paintbrush. Open minded, I don't know. That's a little more interesting. Well, if I was closed minded, maybe I'd be a closed door, right? But wouldn't this symbolize open mindedness a little more? Just saying. Okay. Closed minded, open minded. If somebody told you which one is closed and which one is open minded, you would know that because you associate that with something. Okay. If you associate, here's an association. There's a little pot with a thing in it, or you can have a pot. Okay. One is death and one is birth. All right. So you associate things like that. Another thing you might want to associate, for instance, here's an association that you might have. Here's a little cage, right? So if you're in a cage, that's an obvious association. But what if I go like that? And then, okay, there's a little birdie going away. Okay. So a bird, what does that associate? Does that associate, like if you saw a snake, although I'm not going to let you do animals, okay? A snake gives you different associations than a bird, okay? Um, all those things have associations. A cup of beer, okay? Or a cup of tea, right? Which one's the partier? Okay. I like tea. Beer makes me I have to go to the bathroom too much. Anyway, I'm just saying. So look at the different associations. If you saw this, you associate this with good times, right? If you see this, you associate this maybe with quiet times. So if I was going to put quiet, which I'm not, as one of the list of aspects of my personality, I certainly wouldn't put a beer. I wouldn't put a firecracker, right? Right? I'd do something calm. Um, Here's a pair of glasses. Well, nowadays, pair of glasses symbolize Harry Potter, but in the old days, maybe it was you were a bookworm. Okay. Um, if you like to travel, well, travel might be a cloudy, like a sky, that's kind of a sun, right? Or maybe freedom. So when you think of concepts, you might want to think of what association comes up when you come up with um, interesting images. So there's this image that we all associate with stuff, right? Light bulb, although light bulbs don't look like that anymore. That's an idea, right? We even associate this image with talking, but this image with thinking. Isn't that interesting? So, what happens if I have a question mark? What if I put a question mark inside an open door? Like, what if I had my door open, right? But I put a question mark inside? Does that tell me I don't know where I'm going? All right. So, do you see how symbols, you can play around? It's really fun. What about a key, right? If you have a little key here, doesn't that mean that you're unlocking things? What if you have this, though? Isn't that a different association? What if I open this lock? Isn't that a different association? So what if I have handcuffs? If we're going on that, right? That's a different association. What if I open those handcuffs? Okay, that would be a different one as well. So every image that you can actually think of, let's think of this image here, right? Probably a wedding ring. Okay, so you might be talking about married bliss. I don't know. The point is, every single symbol, almost everything that we have can be associated with something. Maybe I don't know what that's going to be. Hold on, let me erase a little bit here. Okay, let me just erase. Oh, I need more eraser. Okay, so what if I had like a rocking chair? And forgive my rocking chair because it's going to be really quick, right? I have a rocking chair. What do you associate that with? Well, maybe more with granny, or if you have some like really cool like chair, like, big fluffy chair with, a place to, a little place to put your stuff, and, a little footrest and all that stuff, right? Um, a rocking chair and one of those recliners, totally, totally different associations. This person might be gaming. Okay. This person might be old. All right, if I was going to put a person in there. But I associate different chairs with different types of people, even. Isn't that a fascinating thing that you would associate a chair with a different type of person, even though they both serve the same purpose? What do I associate this with if I was going to put this in? Well, here we go. It's a boiling pot of water. Okay, I'm just going to put a bunch of boiling in there. Okay, so I don't know what that associates with. I'm going to boil over. I'm angry. I like to cook. I don't know. So once you come up with your list, then you come up with your images, and you might have almost this many images. I don't know. But the point here is then once you have all those images, how do you put them together so that they're visually appealing? Okay, and they turn into one simple image. And that is the important thing about a logo, is not just, hold on, let me make this a real square. Okay, your logo doesn't just exist on just in space. Your logo exists on a surface. So your negative space is important as well. So for instance, if I have a logo here, I'm just going to put a snitch, right? Look how small it is. This space here matters, okay? It doesn't mean that it's wrong if there's a lot of space. It just means that your negative space has a different association. If you have something small and you have a lot of space, it brings in different emotion in the viewer than if you had it large, okay? So besides the fact that it looks closer, that's a totally different kind of image, all right? So these are things that you have to keep in mind. So not only the logo itself, but the space around your logo matters. The size of your logo, the general shape of your logo. So I'm going to go with the general shape of maybe circular, okay? And I might just put inside, flames, which could also go for, and ooh. No, I'm going to go, I think I might go for a door of some sort. I don't know yet. Okay, so you see how I'm just kind of like a door, maybe coming out of it is flames. Oh, that looks like I'm going to hell. So no, I don't want to do that. But as you can see, the minute I put an open door, and I was going to put flames like a homey fire, but as you can see, if I put flames like that, it actually kind of looks like I'm going to heck, or HE double toothpicks, right? So no, that's a whole other association. Isn't that cool? I am always so thrilled when you talk about that. When you start digging deep into our visual minds and our visual memories and our associations, there's like no end to it. It's so cool. So that's kind of how you should begin your logo. You should come up with a list of you. You should come up with associations, um, uh, images that might explain this, okay? Then you start messing around And as you can see, you're going to stop and start quite a few times until maybe, I like the open door, but I'm not into the square. So I don't know. So if I keep circle, I don't know how I'm going to do that. Maybe flames here and a door in the background. It still looks like I'm going to hell. That's not good. All right. So this is how you start logos. All right.